I pledge allegiance of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so. All right, I call this meeting to order. Ooh, hey, someone is messing with my gavel, but thank you, Jim. It's kind of fun, isn't it? Kind of makes you. No. All right. So we will start with a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes of April 11th. And I apologize for the error on the agenda. So Rebecca and Mark, any comments, questions, corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries. Okay. We'll open it up at this time for public comment. Seeing and hearing no public comment, we will close the period for public comment. And we will move on to report of DPW. Roger Blanchard is not here. And I need to pull up his. We have a handout. Do you have? I don't have his handout. You do. Sorry, I apologize. I do have a handout. Okay. So. I have you. Yeah. So it's pretty much the same in regards to sweeping the roads with all the sand, cleaning out ditches, cleaning the pavilion for summer activities. This also includes they've begun work on the basketball court, hanging up new hoops, and they'll be setting the lights soon now that it's getting a little bit drier so that people can play later. They're undressing the plows, moving snow with backhoes, what little is left of it, I hope, or they've been doing that for the last 30 days. Garbage and recyclable, shoulder work, branches, potholes, and fixing gas tank straps on the rack truck. During these next upcoming 30 days during the month, they are focusing on getting things ready for the late spring and summer season. So they are finishing sweeping up the roads and clearing the signs, hanging branches to make the signs clear. Continuing with the ditches, working on the ball field to get that settled. Again, garbage and recyclables, cleaning the pavilion, staining the top surfaces on the rails of the pavilion, which are flaking, and fixing the plowing damage that's occurred, changing the pole banners, some of which have been damaged over the wind in the winter, so that'll be corrected, and then shoulder work. And Jim will do the other kind of shoulder work. So the next 60 days will continue, besides all the road work, is to rake out the cemetery and get that ready for Memorial Day. And July 4th, start work on preparing the roads that are going to be paved. And it's looking that we will most likely do at least a large section of Elm Lake Road this year. They are going to work on the dirt section of Elm Lake Road, and hopefully we haven't had too much damage from the winter and the spring rains. In May, they will also be working to set the tower footers for the McComas Fire Tower. Those dates are to be confirmed. And again, the garbage and recycling and fixing potholes. CHIPS activities include any of the roads that need to be paved. So again, most of that is Elm Lake Road. They'll be hauling in item 4, ordering stock culverts. They will continue to identify getting a truck and paving out the road cuts. Are there any questions?
It was brought to my attention that the boardwalk might need some attention in terms of winds down from the last storm.
That's Lake Pleasant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we did this.
We drag this.
Two different areas.
Yeah, those are two different areas with the ski trail. So some of the ski trail does go through the boardwalk area, but the ski trail is actually on village property, and the boardwalk is actually Lake Pleasant property. It's an odd it's an odd arrangement there because it goes back to the pit, the burn pit, which is Lake Pleasant. Then a little bit of the road is Speculator. And then as you come out by the gardens and the tennis courts, that's all Lake Pleasant again. So it's a little confusing.
And Dave McComb does a lot of work back there.
Yeah.
Because the Lions Club has gone back and helped him clean up everything up.
Yeah. So I'll send a note to Betsy for that. Okay. So just a reminder that garbage pickup will begin Mondays and Thursdays after Memorial Day. Okay. And recyclables will remain Thursdays. When is second?
Tuesdays, every Tuesday.
Second and last Tuesday of the month. It's bi-monthly.
Yes, by month. Yes, sorry.
Okay. Nope, that's fine. All righty.
I have a
Any
question,
questions?
Mark, too.
Yes.
Did you meet with Roger today about getting things organized over there? I think he said something about he's got something ready to go on a spreadsheet.
The inventory.
Yes, I did, and I briefed the mayor. It's all handwritten. He's going to put into a Word document because I asked him, I'll put it in a spreadsheet for him. He said he doesn't know how to do a spreadsheet, but I couldn't read his writing. I would have taken it right from the, his pad. So if I told Crystal this morning, if she didn't want to do it, that I would take care of it for him and put it on an Excel spreadsheet. And on the fire tower, he called, what's his name?
Mike Valetti.
Mike on Friday. He got back to him Monday morning. Mike was in California. They're supposed to meet and go over all the materials he needs to do the footing. So
Great.
he's just waiting for Mike for a list of materials, and I suggested we use concrete form work instead of just rough cut lumber. Then he can just pin it together, and we don't have to worry about busting out the forms or anything, because it's really not meant to do that. So he said he would talk to Mike and get everything settled and let Jeanette know.
Okay. Terrific. And in addition to the tower, setting the tower footings, Sean, and I'm blanking on his name, with ProCare.
What's his name?
I totally.
Taylor.
Yes.
Taylor.
Sean Taylor has agreed to donate his time and ProCare their little equipment to help dig out those footers and make sure that those are well placed. And Mike Valetti will be on site to do that, as well as us requiring a permit to put up the tower. So
yeah, I told him to contact Rick and get the because he didn't know what to do. He thought it was a state job. I said, no, the village owns that. So he said he would talk to Rick and get a permit.
Okay, terrific. All right, so that's DPW. Clerk treasurer's report.
Right. Just a couple little things. A help wanted ad went in the paper. I believe it went in last week for lifeguards, and it's going to run. We have it 2 weeks now. We might extend it. We have one application so far and waiting for certification documentation on that. The tax cap and tax limit forms have been submitted to the Office of the State Comptroller. And lastly, there was a lady who contacted me last week. Her water bill, for some reason, they had made an adjustment to their trust, and the bill last time got mailed to the wrong person. It got mailed to one of the people that are listed as a trustee in the trust. The owner still wants it to go to them. It's an older couple. Their daughters are listed as trustees on one. It went to one of their daughters.
Okay.
It wasn't paid. They got a late notice this last month, and they were wondering if the board would waive the late penalties because of that reason. I said,
Thoughts?
I mean, it was really a clerical error. Whenever we get stuff from the county saying that it was like a change, like any kind of change of address,
Change in
or
ownership,
transfer
right.
of ownership ownership, we always change, do, follow that. So it was probably just a clerical error between the two.
Do we have something in writing stating that it should not go to the trust, but to the original
I
owners?
do.
Okay, so I think if that's there, we can chalk it up as a clerical error and do a one-time forgiveness.
Agreed.
All in favor of granting
We
a,
don't count as their.
no, not the
It's just
water
the
bill
air.
forgiveness,
No,
just
Right,
this.
just a
Right.
fee.
So if
It's
they,
like a circumstance.
yeah,
kind of
so
thing.
if they come back and, the next billing cycle or 2 billing cycles from now and say, hey, listen, I didn't pay, then no, okay. All right, so all in favor of forgiving the late penalty in this scenario, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. They will be
Is
forgiven.
the correct address set now?
It is,
Okay,
So it's set and documented.
yeah.
Okay,
and they know that.
Yes,
okay.
and that's it for me.
No, there's one more thing. My favorite thing in all the world is the continuing declaration of COVID disaster emergency. So pursuant to Executive Order 211 that was issued July 6, 2021, it has been extended until May 21st, 2022, which does permit the use of Zoom meetings for the next month.
I just figured that
Yeah.
was going to be a little bit update.
Yeah, well, right.
She must be getting my emails.
Yes, I am.
How much you paying the governor?
Yeah, knock it off, Mark.
Yeah, how much you paying the governor, Mark?
All right, so, motion to approve abstract number 20.
Oh,
Is it 20?
21, sorry.
Okay, so motion to approve abstract 21. Okay, Mark, second.
I'll second.
Rebecca, any comments or questions? As I've mentioned in the past, all billing from here till the end of the month has to be pre-approved by myself. Otherwise, we're not going to pay.
So I have a question. Roger
Yeah.
bought 96 wire brushes for $900. I'm sure you'll take care of that.
So 90, he
It-
said,
Just ask Crystal to show you the bill. I think it's 96 wire brushes. So that was the only description. So I don't know what it's for, but it was.
the wheel, yeah, it's for the wheels. It's for the brushes to clean the roads.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, for that I did. Yeah.
It's like a big
I'm
brush.
thinking of 96 individual brushes. No. Yeah.
It really, the reason, I mean, there was no reason in it. I didn't know what the heck was for, and Crystal told me she didn't, so.
Yes, and Crystal knows everything. I'd like that document. No, so those, I did discuss it with him. The brushes were part of, they are budgeted, they're purchased every year. There was a purchase for safety gloves in the amount of
$238.
$238.68. So
I saw that.
I plus
Shipping handling.
there shouldn't be any tax.
It wasn't tax, it's shipping and handling.
Yeah, shipping here.
Shipping
So
is fine.
so that was originally ordered in February. So there's a question as to when I had indicated to Roger when I needed to approve any and all purchases. So that has been clarified. The issue is allotment budget. Where's it coming out of the budget? Because he is well overspent in supplies, which is a big issue. So we need to sit down and readjust some of his budget to see where that comes from, but it's not acceptable. So, all right. So all in favor of paying abstract 21, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, motion carries. And then financial report number 10. Okay, a motion to approve financial report number 10.
So,
Rebecca, second.
Mark,
Mark, any questions or comments? Hearing none, All in favor of approving financial report number 10, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say no. And trustee Cindy
Thanks.
Rumsey is abstaining from the abstract and the financial report. Okay. All right, motion carries. All right, COVID update. Yes, the disaster has been extended. Nothing new with the FEMA emergency Halloween storm. Still waiting to send out bids and proposals to get that final work done. FEMA COVID update, still on hold. McComas Tower, we discussed with setting the footers, septic systems and erosion regulations. That'll be on there for a while until some time passes. A comparable regulation was set up for Lake George, the village of Lake George. So we're waiting to see how that plays out before we implement it here. Okay. Any other old business that I'm missing? Okay. New business. I would like to invite Kim Lewis as a representative of LPSA to talk about signage request for the Spiny water fleet. Have a seat.
Up here?
Yeah, and she has visuals. Thank you, Kim.
Sure, thanks for having me. And as she said, I come as a representative from Lakeville Dog Association. And we are seeking permission to place a sign that looks similar to this about the Spiny water fleet. It would be about that size at the boat ramp down behind the pavilion. We went on an invasive species mission last year with Brian Green from the Nature's Conservancy, and didn't find any kind of vegetation that was invasive, but we were aware that the Spiny water fleet has invaded both Lake Pleasant and Sonoma. And he made it pretty clear on that day that we really ought to make that public knowledge to people. So we know that the boat ramp or the boat wash station is really helpful in getting people to clean their boats after, when they move from lake to lake, drain them and dry them. But we believe that if they also understand that their boat and their gear, specifically their nets and fishing poles, if they're aware that they might be taking Spiny water fleet to their next lake, then they might even take the process of cleaning, drying, and draining more seriously. So
Is this going anywhere else?
yes, we have all 5 access points between
You got Camp of the Woods?
Camp in the Woods, Moffitt's Beach, the marina, the boat ramp, and then the boat launch or the boat wash station. So we have not gained permission from DEC yet, but we do have permission from Camp in the Woods and somewhere else.
Lake Pleasant?
Like Pleasant Marine.
Yeah.
The marina, right.
So this is the material, I mean, be a pretty classy sign. It's a good museum kind of quality. It would be about this size, and we would look to see, I mean, we could post it somehow in some sort of post, but if it makes sense to put it on a post that already exists, we would do that.
That would be great.
Site by site.
So is there, I seem to think that there is a post down there already with
Yeah. So,
mention of washing and
yeah.
taking care. So I think if those would stay together and the graphics on it will certainly draw attention. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah, that's our next step.
Okay.
Permission is our second step.
Yes, yes. So anybody have any thoughts or comments? I think it's a great initiative. I would like to thank Camp of the Woods for sponsoring the signs for the community, which I think is great for the volunteer organization. And unrelated to the Spiny Flea, I would like to note that LPSA received recognition for winning an award for their newsletter. So, and that's throughout all of New York State. So
Nice.
okay. Yeah. So they're really doing a great job.
Pass on our congratulations.
Sure.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, and I did pass on that information to the editor of the Hamilton County Express,
That it needs to.
right? Be publicized, right? Right. So any comments about the Spiny water flea sign?
They want to put one of those signs over Cherry Brook because there's a certain spot there where.
It's true.
guys
Oh, they're
put the
fishing.
boats, their kayaks in over there. It's a public part of it.
Well, they do, yeah, they do a lot of fishing right out the, where the,
Oh, yeah.
there's a.
Right
there.
by Bearhurst. No, that's the village as well. So now you're asking for 2 signs?
Yes, please. Possibly, I'll talk it over.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that would be it. That's a very good idea, Shorty. Thank you. Thank you, comments from the peanut gallery. You should come more often. Yeah, so I think that would be fine. I don't think that there are any other signs down at the fishing area. So something might have to be erected there, so.
So you're talking at the fishing area at the.
Oh, but
So,
Cherry Brook
so there are
is-
2 or 3 bump outs there,
Yeah, yeah.
Kim, right?
Have the platform built and then, you know,
I think there are a
Right.
couple signs there.
Are there?
We'll take a look and see.
Yeah,
I
there's
just
like the
don't know.
history from
Yeah.
Governor Pataki, and we put it there.
Oh,
But I don't know if it's in the right spot.
yeah, put it in a prominent spot. If you're on the Cherry Brook side, there's no fishing. If you're on the lake side, there is fishing. So it's probably on the lake side is best. Okay, so then, I'd like a motion to grant permission for LPSA to place 2 signs, up to 2 signs. Hopefully on posts that are already existing to consolidate the number of signs. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I have to recuse myself. I'm a member and director of LPSA, so I'm just gonna not vote.
Okay,
Did
and
we have
I,
to, did we have to have a motion first, or did you?
oh,
skip
I'm
over
sorry.
that?
May I have I did skip. May I have a motion? Would
So
you like to
moved.
make a motion? Okay,
Yes.
second?
I'll second.
Okay. Jim seconds. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And Mark recuses himself. So as mayor, I am also on the board of LPSA. So I don't know whether I need to recuse myself or not.
You're not expending any village funds.
Nope, we're not expending any village funds.
I
Correct.
don't think we have a
Okay.
problem. You're not spending village money.
Nope.
on it,
All right. Okay, I'm taking notes. All right, thank you, Kim, and thank you to LPSA.
Thank you.
If you want to take any of them with you, feel
Good
free.
job, Kim.
And Mark says, good job. All right, next up, Chief O'Brien, in your remaining days as chief. Okay, so the chief comes with a request.
Couple.
Oh, now it's more than one.
Well, you didn't even get my first one. I sent it right out. I replied to all.
All right,
We'd like to do our chicken barbecue again, Memorial Day weekend. I believe it's the Saturday, the 28th.
and this, as we discussed before, this would go into the benevolence fund
The
for,
fire department's been
Fire
out
department.
fund, which supports people in the community, other people. So that's just the fund that we like to.
and you will fill out a permit, I mean, a request for using the area of the pavilion, or you're going to keep it at the,
Parking lot. We don't use, yeah, it's just parking lot.
I think Mike had asked me about it last week, so I told him just to follow up before.
yep, if you fill out a form, okay. Does anyone have any issues with that?
Oh.
Other vendors in the area? I mean, you invite, Camp Store doesn't come down or anything for ice cream or nothing?
Nope. No, it's literally just the barbecue that Donnie Beach does. So it's his thing, it's his permit, he does all the cooking, all of everything, so it's on him.
So we'll need the forms from the Department of Health and things like that for Johnny Beach. Okay. So that's all laid out in the pavilion request, right? Isn't it, or no?
Mike does it, that's
Right.
Mike from the inn.
No, Donnie Beach
It's from
from
Wells.
Wells. Yeah, he used to be the town supervisor in Wells.
Okay,
Is he still supervisor?
No,
No, he left now.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's over there.
so he's gonna come up and do it.
He did it last year for us.
Yeah, great job.
Well. Yep.
Yep.
Last year.
so there just needs to be Department of Health certificates because they're serving food. and any insurance that he has for conducting that and then filling out the.
It's a business just like Brooks Barbecue, so it's the same thing. It goes
Right.
around to weddings and all that other stuff, so he's
Okay.
good with that.
All right, so I'll put it to a vote. I don't think we need a motion per se, but I'll put it to a vote. All in favor of the fire department doing a benevolence fundraising? Say aye.
I,
Hi,
Aye.
All right,
Yay.
raise lots of money.
Yeah,
Good.
Try.
you know,
Ladder truck, it should be coming back Friday,
Oh, great.
Oh,
And
$250. Whatever what was the, Crystal? What was the deductible?
Deductible?
$250?
Okay.
Yeah, we already got our money back for
for the
whatever
deduct,
the-
okay.
Yeah,
But
Oh, terrific.
But-
Oh,
oh, there's a buck.
yeah.
the goal was to try and weld what they had. They took it off, they welded it. When they tried to put it back, it wouldn't fit because it was tweaked just enough. So that's why it's taking longer. Because they went through it all, they talked to the insurance company approved everything. So it's
Okay.
nothing that's coming out of our budget.
okay,
It's the insurance company, they went back to the insurance company, said, it's not
Okay.
fitting, come look,
okay.
and it's all been done.
So it's all set.
It's all through the insurance company, so it's all
Okay.
taken care of still. There's no cost to us except whatever the deductible is, whatever. So that'll be back hopefully Friday. Ladder has to be done with that, as well as the preventive maintenance for the year will be taken care of there.
Okay, and that's all budgeted.
Well, the preventive maintenance, the ladder test is done through the insurance company because
Okay.
that has to be done because they've messed with the ladder.
Correct.
So that's taken care of, which is good.
Yes.
The preventative maintenance, I told them, I said, do it, but we can't pay for it until. the
Okay,
next
deferred
fiscal
payment.
year. And he's
Perfect.
fine with that. So
Okay,
if it comes in
great.
and see it, just
Yeah.
Hold it.
wait till the end of the month.
Anything else you're gonna go out with a bang?
Generator,
So,
it didn't fix it. It started and didn't do it again, so there's still some mess up there, so it's about $7,000 to fix it. We need we don't have a siren. When it goes down, we don't have doors, we have to come
Yeah.
down and unlock all the doors, so we've got nothing.
Yeah.
It's a necessity, especially being that it is actually a
Supposed
shelter.
to be a shelter.
It's supposed to be a
yeah.
shelter.
yeah,
So-
so,
There is still money in our budget, but I mean, wasn't wasn't budgeted for
It wasn't a
that.
plan,
Yeah,
but they do still have plenty of money in their budget for that.
okay, so do we know how much off the
it
top
was
of your?
around
No,
$7,000.
no, I know
Oh,
the
sorry, sorry.
7,000, how much are they over in their budget? How much
between the
excess
two,
do they have? Yeah,
like almost $20,000.
How much is yours?
Like almost $20,000.
Sorry.
yeah,
That they haven't expended.
and you won't expend by May 31st.
We won't expend it all. We've still got a few things. There's bunker gear that still has to come in and be paid for, but
Right.
we know that's coming. That's an 8.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's it.
Okay. Then, yeah, I think at this point, it behooves us to get how long will it take to get a generator? Are they on
I
back?
honestly have absolutely no idea, but I don't think, I mean, you're looking at probably $30,000.
Wait, you're talking to fix it?
Fix it. Well, you said new. You said new.
Oh, okay, okay.
Tell me to fix it.
I'm sorry.
No.
Now, let's start again. Matt, welcome to the board meeting.
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I went down, I'm like, let me go through this generator and see if I can get it going. Got it going. It's perfect. Okay, a few
Yeah.
buttons weren't working. All
But it
right,
still works.
It ran for a half hour. It's perfect. Went back 3 days later, nothing.
And it
was the
didn't
same
work
drop
during,
phase, it was all this stuff.
and it didn't work during the power outage.
So it's not
Okay.
reliable. The board is
Fried.
full of pieces.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Okay, so 2 questions that I have.
yep,
One is you got an estimate from,
a Cummins dealer out of Albany,
okay,
because it's a Cummins generator, it's Cummins material, so it's gotta kind of be
Cummins.
Cummins.
Okay, second,
They said 7,000
That was the estimate.
to make it good as new.
To make, for all new.
to make it
parts-
work.
Make all the electronic parts work again,
So
And
that-
that's the part that's not working.
the electronics.
Correct, because of the infestation,
Yes.
right? So my second, yes, excrement. So my second question is, are there any preventative measures that can be put in place to keep the little beggars out of there?
Honestly.
Is there fencing? Is there
Nothing's
mesh?
gonna do anything. I mean, you put steel wool in there, still get through. You put,
I'm just-
the problem is, if you came down and look, this box is sealed up. They came in from inside and around and in, like, and it's in an area where we're not supposed to open. So if you're not supposed
Okay,
to open it.
can you do me a favor? Just humor me. When you speak to Cummins and they come out to install it, can they put rat poison in or mouse poison all around it? Or are there things like that that you can put in and around the
I'm sure you put it
generator?
inside it, yeah.
Yeah, I would prefer inside so that no
Yeah.
rogue pets, get affected or whatever,
It's
but
in an enclosed box. So I'm
Right.
sure we put stuff
we just
inside
need to do something to preserve the integrity.
Honestly, this is the first time it's ever had a problem in however many years it's been
Okay.
there. So it's not like it's all. the
No, it's
time.
not an ongoing, but I'd like to, once they know it's there and
Yeah,
it's
but the
tasty.
mice infestation problem was 18 months ago.
Yes,
It's not recently.
it's a cycle thing, yeah.
It'll come back.
So,
Yeah.
so hire us some coyotes to live there.
Yes.
We got plenty of them. It's like rabbits, rabbits will come back too.
Right.
Was that?
Rabbits will come back too again. We've got to,
Yeah.
But
Okay.
We had trouble with the insurance company because it was caused by
Correct.
the mice.
So we were rejected, right?
Yes, and then when we looked for grants about
Because they
generators,
nested
it was
there.
nixed, even though it is a shelter.
Correct, correct.
Not ours.
correct. So we have two other generator issues, one down at the wastewater treatment plant and one at the well station. So the well station is that transfer switch that's a problem going from the generator, turning on the generator during power outages, and then the age of the wastewater treatment. There is an opportunity that we're pursuing for a grant for the wastewater treatment plant, but that would not include the fire department. So I think at this point, it would behoove us to fix it. And I would like to propose that we take it out of the fire department budget. I know it's not planned. And then whatever residual we'll put into, we'll talk about where to allocate that.
You good with that?
we're next to the truck fund.
Well, we could take it out of your truck fund.
We don't have a truck fund.
No, you do. You do
Well, we're
too.
gonna have to put more into
I
it.
know, well. All right, so I'd like a motion to approve the fixing of the generator in the amount of $7,000 through Cummins to be taken out of the residual balance of the
So moved.
fire truck,
Second.
fire department. Thank you. Mark, Cindy? Yeah.
We've got a general maintenance fund,
Wherever it-
so that money, so-
wherever it comes, yeah.
Kind of be the-
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any further comments or questions? General maintenance is a good place to take it from if it's there. Okay, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
okay. Fix your generator. Just let us know how long it's gonna take to do it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, chief?
No. all
We have
good.
Barbara, so we're,
Thank you.
Regarding fire issues,
wait, one comment from the board.
6 days.
when I recently saw Bill Ralph fixing the lights up on top of the truck.
Yeah.
I have heard that he does exceptional work and does a lot to help the fire department.
We found the fire department too.
I know that.
Yeah.
But it should be recognized that he's saving the town, the
The
village money.
hundreds and thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I'll let
let it go on public record that the.
we would like to
board
acknowledge and thank.
Acknowledge
Bill
and
Ralph.
thank Bill Ralph for his involvement.
Well, I would also like to thank Bill Ralph for his involvement with Speculator Volunteer Ambulance Corps as well, because he does the vast majority of maintenance there as well. So maybe we should do a letter of recognition to Bill
Yeah.
Ralph.
The mayor should send a letter.
Yes, I will send a letter to Bill Ralph. Thanking him. All right.
And I
And-
would like to thank Matt for
Yes.
serving this.
Yes, yes,
How
I
long?
do.
How long have you served?
It's 5 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
In the midst of an incredible amount of work at Oak and expanding and making it a better place. So thank you.
Yes,
And to your wife too.
And Tim will be filling my spot and we'll lead him right along.
good. Terrific. Thank you.
All right, that's it.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and if you just want to stay for the third one, is the fire permit that goes on under
Oh, the fireworks?
the fireworks, yeah.
Our budget? Oh, we can do that on that budget.
Go to your
We
room.
don't pay that until next year, so you know.
You go to your room. All right.
There'll be 3 firecrackers
That's
and some confetti thrown out.
That's it. That's it. So we did receive a permit request for fireworks this year. I believe this is the last year of our contract. Is that correct? Or we have one, it was a 3-year contract.
It was a 5-year one.
Oh, 5 years. So I think we're getting near the
It's
end.
either this year or next year,
Okay.
but we can renew it at any time. They're really good.
Yeah, no, they've been very, very good. And what's nice is that they've changed their lineup of fireworks now that we're shooting off the beach.
Yeah.
So they're grateful, we're grateful. So, all right. So all in favor of approving the fireworks permit for this year? Oh, may I have a motion to
Mark will make a motion.
permit? Thank you, Mark. And Rebecca, second. Any comments, questions? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. We will have fireworks July 4th. July 2nd, actually. Well, I'll do them July 4th. No, July 2nd. Okay. All right. So at this point, I would like a motion to close the public portion of the meeting so that we can go into executive session. Oh, sorry. I missed the I&I. Forget
Yeah,
that
you-
request. All right. You're
I'll just give an update. We had a couple of bids from
Okay.
engineering services. They were both around $50,000. We also had some estimates from contractors who could do the work without the engineering services. They were around 25. Jim and I met with Ed. Ed said he could do the job alone. So that will save us probably $25,000. So what we needed to do is we wrote redrafted a letter requesting proposals to do the work. We standardized.
One second, Mark. If you want to talk, go out. Sorry, go ahead.
Peanut gallery's leaving.
Okay, bye. Mark, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. We standardized the specifications, so all the contractors could bid on the same work. Letters were sent out certified to each vendor. So 3 went out and then Ed emailed them out to the vendors. They have to respond within 20 days. So we'll have the estimates. And then another contractor called Ed today, and I redrafted the letter for the mayor's signature for that 4th contractor. That'll go out. So hopefully we'll have 4 contractors who can do proposals for us. And one is a WMBE, which is great. We want to make sure we take care of women's, minorities, business enterprises. And once we know, Crystal knows where the money's coming from. That was what fund?
It's from the ARPA money.
So that's the money from the federal government.
Yeah, so it really won't cost,
Infrastructure,
so there'll be no cost to the village.
correct.
Correct.
Good, very good. And Crystal, as far as the last bidder, are we able to email that to him as well?
Well.
Ed does that.
All, they'll
Ed will
sign
do
it,
that.
I'll send
Okay.
it to Ed and Ed will.
Perfect, perfect. And so then within 3 weeks, we'll have, well, by the next meeting, probably, since they were sent out last week.
Yeah, we should have an estimate. We can vote on the estimate and get a date to start work.
Terrific. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Ed, for getting that.
Mark is the biggest,
Okay, so Mark gets more thanks than Jim.
much.
I get 2 stars, you get 1.
And thank you to Ed for saving us a lot of money.
Yeah,
So
$25,000.
Yeah, that's terrific. That's
Does
true.
anything you have to go to the Lamont people for backing down?
No, I met with them today and Ed at the pump station, and yeah, what we have to do is once we get the report back, we send it to Lamont to determine what we need to do next. So yeah, he didn't bother him that we weren't going to an engineering service. He said that the best thing was try to save as much money as we could, and then we'll have to spend money in the end if we're going to go for grants. They'll have to provide an engineering report on what we found.
Right.
Okay.
So, yes, thank you, thank you. On a very sad note, we did hear back about our WIA application. We were rejected.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big blow. They did approve one or two projects in Hamilton County. One was up in Indian Lake, $5 million request. They funded for $3 million. And I'm not sure where the other grant was, but I have asked for feedback. I know in my line of work, you can always ask for feedback when your grant has been rejected. Could be sheer volume. It could be our median household income is a little bit above the 72,000 threshold. So that can also hurt us in overall evaluation, but it is what it is, and that doesn't deter us.
The one in Indian Lake had a New York State Health Department consent order. So
Okay.
that was one of the reasons that passed.
Yep. So on the one hand, we're glad that we don't have any consent orders by New York State. So things are running, reasonably well and progressing, and we're keeping up to date. And on the other hand, it's kind of sad that we run reasonably well and things are up to date, because then we don't get a consent order that would give us more funding. So two-edged sword, but I'd rather be on the edge of doing it right. All right, so now I would like a motion to end the public portion of our meeting so that we can go into executive session to discuss the status update on the violation. May I have a motion?
Mark.
Rebecca, and second by Jim. Okay, thank you for coming, Shorty.
Yeah, I just was telling on that generator,
Mhm.
they make those cedar packets that are mouth repellent.
Yep.
They sell them down the running,
Yeah,
and they work great. you
Yeah.
know.
yeah. There are things that we can put in that generator to save it,
And they might have something to repel bees, you never know, so.
but we like bees. We get honey out of that.
Bobby Lynn said the other day when the power went out, her generator wouldn't come on.
And she had bees?
She called Glenn come over, there was one dead bee
Oh,
in the contact, so the thing
oh
couldn't,
my
one bee.
God. All right, thank you.
The keys in the convertible, I'd like to take.
Oh, no, I have the alarm set. It's gonna be going off.
That's really sharp.
Thanks. I'll take you for a ride.
Did it come with a big club?
A what?
A big club.
Big club.
That's the beat all the men.
Oh, I haven't needed that yet. Thank you. See ya.
Was there a second?
Yes, Jim. Jim seconded. So, Mark, yeah. So Mark, we're going to end your feed Mark Jacob. We're going to end your feed into the public portion of the meeting as we go into executive session.
Okay,
All right. Thank you.
thank you.
Bye. Okay, just us chickens?
yep.
Yeah, recording? Stop recording.
Hi.
So we now come out of executive session at 7:59. There are no actions or further comments at this time to the matter discussed on the violation update. Is there anything from the board as far as roundtable items or anything like that?
I just had a question. Did the Rombos end up just selling everything up with that one
The water bill? The water bill where there was an overage, a small overage, and then it was, they haven't come back to you. It was the time before last. Okay,
Yeah, no, they haven't. I think they
just paid the bill.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's
So down the line, if they had something that was more dramatic. they could
Correct.
have that option.
then they can ask for
I
a
have to go
one-time
back and look,
forgiveness.
honestly, this month's been coupler, so.
I'm sure.
Yes, it has. Okay, good.
Well, there's a lot of other things that was not, so.
All right. Hearing nothing else, Mark, would you like to make a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
All right, all in favor?
All right,
All
All
right.
right, have a good night. Thank you very much.
thank you.
See ya.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah,